Hi, I'm CeCe Kim. Welcome to the third edition of the Liquid Arts Empty Venue. The Liquid Arts Empty Venue is an online representation of the offline events that the Liquid Arts Network had been hosting for about 20 years now. Today we have a variety of artists presenting from all over the world, and I'm super excited to see what's in store. Thank you so much.
It's a spooky time, echoes of the past, watery places. Distant faces, all drowning in dismay. The sounds of big kites and happy children all gone away. We stay home and listen to the sounds of the old days. The new is full of sadness and grief, melodic but full of disbelief. Ghosts and longing to touch and confined to nothing much. The masks that we put on hide our frustration, stuck in an endless dimension.
I'm going to read two poems from my debut poetry collection, Some Are Always Hungry. This poem is called Thirst. Mornings of marrow and oolong oiled, mother of pearl from too much milk. This is how we heal. Fingers sugar tacky, we eat the day cloudless. Watch mayflies thrust upwards to a blue the hue of thirst. Your lip, a crushed berry, spills its wet cerise. You say, even this can be inherited, by which you mean be strong. Azalea and baby's breath drop petals on the nightstand like flies' eggs. Through your bent nose, your voice mosquitoes as you sing. Man is ship, woman is harbor. Day by day, I gaze towards the sea. But we are landlocked beasts. Mother, I too envy any selfish thing. This next poem is called Reversal, and it's a reverse recipe poem. Rescind the palm dash of scallion, the final blessings of ground perilla seeds and sesame leaf. Unshred the crown daisy. Take the soup off the flame and kill the flame. Unsinge the bottom of the pot until your face reflects in its gunmetal glint. De-Korean the broth. Vacate its ginger and onion and garlic, its rice wine and red swelter. Restore the ground chili flakes to their unshorn forms and hang the bloodless red fruit back up in their perennials. Unwater the perennials. Vines retreating to the crease of their seeds, commit yourself to this unharvest, to the joy of unmaking. Let the soup unthicken, the starch pull back into the cells of their russets, fish the russets out from the pork spine cages and lay them to rest back into the earth. Now, address the spines. Pick them out from the pot and lay them to grow raw across the cutting board's face. Watch it pull blood back into itself, replenish its own marrow. Love, you'll need your shoes for this. Leave the kitchen. Seek the sow and unslaughter her. But if you find the pig dismembered and cannot bear it, grant yourself permission to not tend to her rememberment. Remember, just because you're a daughter doesn't mean you must mend. Instead, let her tend to herself, her unthatched belly calling for return of lost things, bone, honeycomb maw, her clumsy animal heart until she speaks. Dear reader, I so want to survive this. Please lead me whole into another season so I may dare begin again.
Okay, so this is a cover of If by Davido, my brother from Nigeria.
Okay, wait.
Start again.
Wait, just a second here. Just a second.
It's still rolling.
Okay, cool. You can just keep the bloopers.
If I tell you, say I love you all. My money, my body, now your own, oh baby. 30 billion for the account to you. Versace and Gucci for your body, oh baby. No two, gotta for me. No two, said it all. No two, shakara away. No two, gotta for me, oh, hey. Girl, you're beautiful too. My number one into two. See me bruku tutu. For your love into two. I go do you chuku, oh. Biko obiano ju. Girl, you do me juju. Cause I'm feeling the juju. Take it till, take it. You can take it till, take it. You can have it till, take it. You can have it till, take it. I love you, I love you. I love you, I love you, I love you. There's nothing above you. There's nothing above you, above you. He gets you. I like your mini skirts you. Girl, you carry sense you. If I tell you, say I love you. My money, my body, now your own, no baby. 30 billion for the account to you. Versace and Gucci for your body, oh baby. No two, gotta for me. No two, said it all. No two, shakara away. No two, gotta for me, oh, hey. He gets sense you. He gets you, mini gets you. Girl, you carry sense you. If I tell you, say I love you. My money, my body, now your own, oh baby. 30 billion for the account to you. Versace and Gucci for your body, oh baby. No do, no do, no do, gotta for me. No do, no do, no do, serere, oh. No do, no do, no do, shakara, oh, eh. No do, no do, no do, gotta for me, oh, eh. He gets you, Minis gets you, girl you carry sense you. He gets you, Minis gets you, girl you carry sense you.
Hi, this is Jason Berry. I'm a poet and writer based in Salem, Massachusetts. I'd like to share with you 3 poems, a little suite of poems from my new manuscript of poetry titled In the Withering Light. The first poem that I'll read for you is called Driftwood, and this is dedicated to my late grandfather, Skip. A black-backed gull looks crosswise at the sea, scans the fading distance. A tiger snail leaves her imprints on the sand. We, too, are becoming old. Yet I try to learn the nature of driftwood, the iodine way of seagulls, how silt can make a fossil of the wing. Dearest, does a year still add another ring? A stingray kite lines out above the coast and is summoned again swiftly. Night unfurls between the dunes. Next poem is titled Slate. Perhaps this is the way it ought to be. The coastal light is tame and beautiful. A wave of silence spreads across the sea, beneath the two-tone plumage of a gull. If what we are is bone and memory, and sensory is synonym for soul, I wonder what will then become of me when slate white feathers wash up in the lull. When slate white feathers wash up in the lull, I wonder what will then become of me. Is sensory a synonym for soul, if what we are is bone and memory? Beneath the two-tone plumage of a gull, a wave of silence spreads across the sea. The coastal light is tame and beautiful. Perhaps this is the way it ought to be. And the last poem that I'll share with you is a piece titled Fishing. This poem is written in memory of Kim Bridgeford, who was a terrific poet, teacher of poetry, and editor and organizer of a poetry conference called Poetry by the Sea. This is written in memory of Kim. Fishing. Only the birds with me at Derby Wharf. The wind low, dawn's ripple on the water's edge. What is it I'm trying to say? That since you're passing, riven like a split shot, the driftwood reeking in sand, words snag. I make way slowly up the dock, cast another line. A goal pushes off from its stone. Nothing bites. Thanks.
이 밤 손을 잡아요. 달콤한 순간어 시간 참 빠르요. 조금만 더 뒤에 내 마음속에서 구름 위를 춤추는데 마법 같은데 아침까지 춤을 춰요. 나와 함께 춤을 춰요. 아침까지 춤을 춰요. 아름다운 춤을 춰요.
It was 12 months ago when we last met, by the water's edge, with the sun low in the sky. I held your hand as we looked down, searching for silver sparks of fish in the shallows. The breeze blew through the great white arches to dance and play with your chestnut hair. With my other hand, I reached up to your face to tuck a lock of hair behind your ear. I want to see your face.
당신과의 추억이 떠올라요.
You smiled and your green eyes sparkled, reflecting all things that were possible. We stood together between ocean and mountain, waiting, anticipating, in the middle of it all. We soaked it in. The salt and bird cries in the air, and the puffy, lazy clouds above the lapping sea. You said you'd be sailing soon, away from here, and you'd be back again to hold my hand.
당신을 다시 보고 싶어요.
I look out to sea, across the city hills, for a sign that your ship is coming back in. I want to see your face again.
곧 다시 만나요, 부산.
Smile though your heart is aching. Smile even though it's breaking. when there are clouds in the sky, you'll get by. Smile through your fear and sorrow. Smile and maybe tomorrow you'll see the sun come shining through for you. Light up your face with gladness. Hide every trace of sadness. Although a tear may be ever so near, that's the time you must keep on trying. Smile, what's the use of crying? You'll find that life is still worthwhile if you just smile. Smile though your heart is aching. Smile even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you'll get by. Smile through your fear and sorrow. Smile and maybe tomorrow you'll see the sun come shining through for you. Light up your face with gladness. Hide every trace of sadness. Although a tear may be ever so near, that's the time you must keep on trying. Smile, what's the use of crying? You'll find that life is still worthwhile if you just smile. I'm a pixie in a can. My wings are marinated in vinegar, some kind of pixie dust and concentrate. You can taste me if you wish. I'm waiting at a mall beside the margarels and anchovies, waiting for someone nice to pick me up and dream an endless dream. I can't see the price tag. Am I too expensive for you? Or am I cheap enough? I can still smell the air when my wings were just fair. But I know this is where I'm at now. I can still smell the air when my wings were just fair. But I know this is time to let go. 걱정은 말아요. 그대가 나를 보든 아니든, 그대가 아름답든 아니든 미워하지 않아요. 어렵지 않죠. 그대가 원하는 대로 날 그리면 돼요. 언제나 똑같은 미소만 질게요. 상처는 모르는 것처럼. 그대가 한 번쯤 나를 봐준다면 됐어요. 그걸로. 언제나 똑같은 미소만 질게요. 상처는 모르는 것처럼. 그대가 한 번쯤 나를 봐준다면 됐어요. 그걸로. 나는 내가 눈부신가요? 행복한 동화 속만 갔나요? 내게서 너의 꿈을 보나요? 그래요, 고마워요.
그만하자.
Hi, my name is Emily Jungmin Yoon. I am the author of the poetry collection, A Cruelty Special to Our Species, right here. It was published in 2018 by Echo HarperCollins, and it was published in Korea in 2020 by Yeollimwon It was translated by the novelist Han Yu-ju into Korean, but it also includes the English originals, as well as a Q&A between me and Han Yu-ju and the new foreword in Korean by me. I will be reading 2 poems from the book. This one is called Bell Theory. Bell Theory. When I was laughed at for my clumsy English, I touched my throat, which said ear when my ear said year, and year after year, I pronounced the new thing wrong, and other throats laughed. Elevator, library, vibrating bells in their mouths. How to say azalea, how to say forsythia. Say instead golden bells. Say I'm in ESL. In French class, a boy whose last name is Kring called me Belle, called me by my Korean name, pronouncing it wrong, called it loudly, called attention to my alien. I touched the globe moving in my throat, a hemisphere sinking. Called me across the field lined with golden bells. I wanted to run and be loved at the same time, by Kring, as in ring of people. Where are you going? We're laughing with you. The bell in our throat that rings with laughter is called uvula, from uva, grape. A theory, special to our species, this grape bell has to do with speech, which separates us from animals. Kring looked at me and said, just curious, do you eat dogs? And I wanted to end my small life. Be reborn, a golden retriever of North America. Lie on a field lined with golden bells, loved. Today, in a country where dogs are more cherished than a foreign child, an Oregon Senate candidate says no to refugees. Says, years ago, Vietnamese refugees ate dogs, harvested other people's pets. Harvest, as in harvest grapes. Harvest, as in harvest the field of golden rice, as do people from rice countries, as in people eat dog worlds. Years ago, 1923 Japan, the phrase jugoen gojitsen is used to set apart Koreans, say 15 yen, 50 sen. The colonized who used the chaos of the Kanto earthquake to poison waters, set fire, a cruelty special to our species, a cruelty special to our species. How to say jugo, how to say gojit, how jugo sounds like die in Korean, how gojit sounds like lie. Lie, lie, library, azalea, library. I'm going to the library, I lied, years ago, on a field lined with forsythia. Say grace. In my country, our shamans were women, and our gods multiple until white people brought an ecstasy of rosaries, and our cities today glow with crosses like graveyards. As a child in Sunday school, I was told I'd go to hell if I didn't believe in God. Our teacher was a woman whose daughters wanted to be nuns, and I asked, what about babies? And what about Buddha? And she said, they're in hell too. And so I memorized prayers and recited them in front of women I did not believe in. Deliver us from evil, O sweet Virgin Mary. Amen. O sweet, O sweet. In this country, which calls itself Christian, what is sweeter than hearing, have mercy on us from those who serve different gods? O clement, O loving, O God, amidst ruins, amidst waters, fleeing, fleeing. Deliver us from evil, O sweet, O sweet. In this country, point at the moon, at the stars, point at the way the lake lies with a handful of feathers, and they will look at the feathers and kill you for it. If a word for religion they don't believe in is magic, so be it. Let us have magic. Let us have our own mothers and scarves, our spirits, our shamans, and our sacred books. Let us keep our stars to ourselves, and we shall pray to no one. Let us eat what makes us holy. Thank you so much.
Our fates are branching out now. What does this mean? If our eyes meet 10 years from now, will you even recognize me? Oh, will you even recognize me? Grab an old coat from the closet stairs as I'm walking out the door. Someone mutters underneath their breath, love don't live here anymore. Oh, love don't live here anymore. I don't know what they mean, I am doing fine now in this pastel dream. Dig into my pocket and find a shell, some coins and coffee beans. Oh, and a fortune that I read. Take a moment, let it in. As the past ends, that's where you begin. Take a moment, let it in. As the past ends, that's where you begin. Pause a little too long by your old house. This place has gravity. Look up and find a curious crow peering at me through the leaves. Oh, do you think it remembers me? Oh, do you think it remembers me? Take a moment, let it in. As the past ends, that's where you begin. Take a moment, let it in. As the past ends, that's where you begin. If I take a conscious step, I catch a little glimpse, a necessary tonic for this world we're in. Life used to be so simple. Oh, life used to be so simple.
Okay. Hi everyone, my name is Michael Frazier. I'm a poet living in Kanazawa, Japan. I'm a high school teacher, and I'm gonna share 2 poems today, and that kind of deal with, being African American, or just being American, or just being separated from one's home and living in Japan. And 2020 was a lot, and just trying to deal with that with poetry. And so thanks for listening. I can't wait to see everyone else's art, music, poetry, etc. My name's Michael Frazier, and this is, I know my life matters, but how do you translate that into Japanese? My students and coworkers worry, if I return to America, I'll catch COVID or a bullet in my back. I run along the Asano River, and above me, carpenter bees raid the chinaberry tree. Crows patrol the power lines. Mosquitoes swarm the bank and hum for blood. I swat, but I'm tailed by nothing but night. June 1st, across Japan, festival fireworks are shot beneath the ripening strawberry moon. Meanwhile, fire works its way through cars in downtown Rochester, and my mother says she can't watch the news anymore. I wish I could be that kind to myself. I spend hours thumbing Twitter, wondering, how does God manage being in more than 2 places at once? I know I'm safe here, but that's not how racism works. I'm still amazed no one follows me in the convenience stores. I wish it was as simple as saying America is the problem. Black folks have it better elsewhere, but there's blackface on national television, children whispering scary as I turn into the ice cream aisle. I know nigga does not exist in the Japanese language. I know at least here I'll never be shot 7 times. And yet, on my way home from church, a police car slams its brakes. Officers dart across the street, tripping over concrete to ask, do you live here? Do you have any abunaimono, naifu, duragu? Can we see inside your bag? Do you understand? I understand that the longest lasting pandemic is man-made, spreads from culture to culture, has no cure you can buy with money. My students ask, in America, do police hate black people? Does everyone protest? Does everyone have a gun? Are you homesick? Okay, and this next poem is, it's about a time my mother was in the hospital and I was trying to just take stock of, I didn't really have a lot of control in the situation, but I wanted to take stock of what was going on in me. And so this poem is called, so my name is Michael Frazier, and this poem is called Mother and Son Azoyako Don 4. I wasn't there, so I must use language. On a bed as white as fresh cooked rice, my mother lays alone. Doctors and nurses mill around the room saying sciatic nerve, blood clot, unilateral paralysis. They settle on undiagnosable. My mother says, don't bring me no medicine. Don't y'all know how to pray? He is preying on your mother, pastor warns. A woman who can see visions in her dreams. Best believe the enemy wants her cold. She hadn't called for 3 days. Palpitations in my chest, something was up. The full moon is an Excedrin without water. 1 sheep, no sheep. Finally fall asleep to ASMR. Wake to commercials asking, Doka ikitakunai? I have Google flight alerts for New York City. I have a savings and it's dying to be spent. I oil my face between my cornrows, rub the ashy from between my fingers, sing, sometimes I feel like a child. She texts, don't worry, just war. I wear worry like acne. When we FaceTime, she asks, ain't I supposed to be the one sick?